Hello, and welcome back to my series for grown-ups learning how to play Minecraft. Bedrock Edition. Tier 4, Enchanting. We went adventuring for diamonds last episode and had a ton of fun, but we only found 3 diamonds. This puts me in a pickle for what to do next. An enchanting table only needs a book, 2 diamonds, and 4 blocks of obsidian. But to pick up obsidian, you have to use a diamond pickaxe, which requires 3 diamonds, but then I no longer have the 2 diamonds I need to make the table. I feel like this is a classic fox, chicken, and bag of grain riddle, and naturally, my solution is going to be to go to the Nether and trade with the piglins, because this is by far the most normal thing for beginners to do, and it's the most safe. So you understand, I am totally kidding. This is a ridiculous thing for a beginner to do. Therefore, before we do that, I'm going to procrastinate by showing you how to breed cows. So you need obsidian and diamonds to make the enchanting table, but to make enchanting worth your while, you need 15 bookcases, which means you need leather and then eventually sugarcane. Right now we're just going to focus on the leather. Sugarcane will come later. Cows roaming around in the countryside will just naturally despawn. But the minute you leash them to something or you breed them, they basically become your cows. So I'm going to block them in really quick with a fence. Nothing can get over fence posts. You can't, cows can't, nothing. So we're going to put this piece of carpet here so that we can get in and out, but thankfully the cows cannot. Carpet is better than the fence gates because the cows will slip through the fence gates. It's super, super annoying. So I'm going to run over to my field here real quick and gather up some wheat to breed these cows. You can see right here the different stages of wheat. So it comes in 4 stages, and the only one you want to pick is the lightest yellow color. And then it's just a matter of using your use button or left click, and you click on 2 cows to make a baby cow. It's really, really that simple. Baby cows will become adult cows in about 20 minutes. You can speed this up by feeding them wheat, but it's kind of diminishing returns. I think the first wheat will cut it in a quarter, but then it just keeps getting less and less and less. So it's really not that great of a plan unless you're in a dead rush. Okay, so I've procrastinated long enough. Let's head on to the Nether. There's a broken Nether portal located conveniently near spawn. Since I don't have a diamond pickaxe, I can't break obsidian, but I can make it using a bucket of water and some lava. So to prepare for this trek, I've got my iron pickaxe, the flint and steel that I actually found in one of those broken Nether portals, some gold armor, and some gold ingots. That's all you need. Let's get going. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually dump this water. There's plenty of water around here. And then I'm going to scoop up all this lava. Now I'm moving it off the side. Ow. Okay, I'm moving it out of the way because I want to preserve it. If I were to accidentally pour water over that whole lava pool, I'd basically have to start over from scratch. So I'm just making a quick little hole here, and I'm going to transfer all the lava from over there to over here, avoiding the magma blocks. Or, just replacing them. That would be even smarter. So let's get to the whole point of why we're here. We're making a frame out of obsidian. And to do that, we're molding the obsidian in place by pouring water over lava. So we put lava in a frame or a mold, and then we pour water on top. Now the order of operations does matter. If you pour the lava first, you're going to get cobblestone. You want to pour the water, and then you get obsidian. And the obsidian's already in place, exactly where you need it to be. And you didn't need a diamond pickaxe to move it here. This is kind of the neat trick. So we've made another mold with our netherrack, and that's good to go because netherrack is not flammable. And then we're going to grab our water, and we're going to just repeat the process all over again. I cleared away my first mold so you can see the obsidian that was there versus what I've built. And now I'm going to build some stairs so that I can get up to the top to do the final bit. So this would have gone a lot faster if I had more than 1 bucket, but at this point I'm still iron poor, so I have the walking back and forth time versus the I have 3 buckets time. But what's cool about this last one is that I have 2 pieces of lava in here, and then I'm going to grab my water here and I'll be able to turn the whole thing into obsidian all at once. Here we go, all done. Okay, let me clear this way so I can show you what we've done here. To make a nether portal, you need 2 across and 3 down. Got it? That's the minimum of the obsidian window. So once you have that in solid obsidian, the corners don't matter, So it's a total of 10 pieces of obsidian that makes up this portal. Once we have our portal, we need to light it. We can use a flint and steel or a fire charge, and either will be found in the box. I'm going to use a fire charge. It's just the use button, and ta-da! We have the glowing nether portal. But before we go in, let's talk about what we're going to find in there, because it can be really dangerous. There's 5 different biomes, and I'm hoping for the nether waste. That's where the piglins are, and honestly, it's the safest. To keep piglins from turning hostile, you have to wear at least 1 piece of gold armor. I'm going to put on more, because I have it, and it's probably better than my iron stuff at this point. Our goal is to barter with a piglin, to be trading gold for obsidian. Alright, let's see what we have on the other side here. Awesome. It's a soul sand valley. Oh, I hate this place. Okay, we're going to dig a little hole for ourselves to hide in real quick while we kind of go through what we're going to do with this. There's not going to be any piglins here, so the whole bartering thing is a bust. But you can see this dirt stuff with the screaming faces. That's called soul sand. Since I'm here, I'm going to get it. I'm going to use it. It's going to come in super handy. All right, let's kind of peek our faces out and see what we got here. I actually don't see any hostile mobs. That's uncommon. So this white block over here is called bone block, and I figure I might as well go grab it since we're doing a lot of growing, and bone block is essentially bone meal, which is good for growing plants. So let's just kind of run over here and get this, and that's a fortress. Oh my gosh, and a guest. Okay, run away. So a fortress is actually a very important structure that we need to fight the Ender Dragon. It has stuff in there we need. Oh, this is super convenient. Okay, but I'm hiding from the guest right now. Oh, wow. So we're going to have to kind of figure that out a little bit later. But right now I'm going to go grab those bones, and if we get a chance to see the ghast, I'll show you what it looks like and hopefully not get killed. Oh, that's what it looks like. It's a deadly flying balloon. If it can see you, it shoots fireballs at you. It can see me. All right, so, yep, it shot the fireball, but I ducked, and I'm going to see if I can kill it. Yay! Okay, and then I'm going to go pick up its drops, and I am getting out of here. Goodbye, Nether. I will figure out that fortress later. Well, invariably, when you come out of the Nether, it's nighttime. So set your spawn point nearby, go to bed real quick. You cannot sleep in the Nether. Your bed explodes. It's actually a useful technique for another episode. You wake up, you check around, make sure there's no like creepers going to blow you up or anything. And then we are going to head back to base. I'm terribly sorry I was not able to show you bartering with piglins, but because this is a Let's Play style tutorial, I cannot plan everything out. We have to just kind of wing it as we go along. So what that means is we're going to have to go digging for diamonds. First, let's talk about spawn chunks. Now this is a video game, which means while we were in the Nether, those cows were not growing up to be cowboys. They're still baby cows. This is because we left the chunk, you know, what the game is able to render within our frame of reference. So when I go down below to go dig for diamonds, I want to make sure that everything above me is ready to work, because chunks actually render up and down. So while I'm underground right below here, all these cows are going to grow up and all of my crops are going to grow. So before I go down, I'm going to show you guys how to plant the sugarcane, and we're going to need a lot of sugarcane for all the bookcases we're going to build. First thing I do is flatten this area, and then we'll set up the irrigation for the sugarcane. I am digging a 1 block wide trench, 2 blocks apart from each other, and I'm making it as long as the space I have. And that's because sugarcane has to grow directly adjacent to a block of water. First thing is I'm going to stop being so stingy, and I'm going to make that second bucket, because only having 1 bucket is kind of driving me crazy. So we're going to run down to the river here, we're going to fill up our second bucket, and then we're going to head back and we're going to make an infinite water source. You can make either a 2x2 square or a little L shape here like this, and you're going to place down 1 bucket of water, and then you want to place the other bucket of water diagonal from the first one. And then right there in the center, now that's an infinite water source. It's not going to go away, so I can just keep grabbing water from there and use that water to fill up all of this irrigation. So now we're going to reap the benefit of planting all of those pumpkins earlier. We're going to turn all of these into lit jack-o'-lanterns and then bury them under the water so that I have this irrigation lit up to keep all the mobs away. So let's get this sugarcane all planted, shall we? So, whoops. Okay, you only want to plant it one high. Yeah. Okay, so last episode while we were adventuring, I picked up all the sugarcane I saw along the way because I knew that I wanted to plant a whole ton of it if I needed to go underground. So it just has to be directly adjacent to the water, and the highest it'll go is 3. So when it gets to 3 high, you chop off the top 2. As a final step, I'm putting in top half slabs. That covers the water, keeps me from falling in and out, and also when I'm harvesting the sugar cane, it keeps the sugar cane from falling into the water and then you have to jump in to go get it. It's a small thing. You want to do it. It also doesn't cover up the light, so that's cool. All right, are you ready to go dig down? I know I am. I'll show you in a little bit what I've brought with me to go down, but for now, let me show you how I start. A lot of people will dig down like stairways, but stairs drive me crazy because in the end it takes too long to go up and down every single time you want to go down to get diamonds. So instead, what I do is I break 3 across, and then I go all the way down, as far down as I can reach, while standing on one of the pieces. And so then you can break that one, and you're good to go. What this does is it exposes any potential caves or caverns or long drops before you actually get to it. So from here you can jump down like I just did and mine upwards, or you can mine the 4 below you and then jump down just 1. Just play it safe. Now you do want to light it up as you go along and choose one side, just one side to put your torches on. And then from here, we're just gonna dig down to level -58. That's all there is to it. If I see anything interesting along the way, I'll stop. Otherwise, we'll just edit all that out. So I'm at level 1 and I have exposed an opening down there. So let's get down to it and see how big or bad it is. Oh, well, other than the zombie, that's not actually too bad. So I might explore a little into here, but then I'm just gonna turn around and keep digging. Yeah. There's nothing here. Back to it. So I'm at level -20. I've come across some lapis lazuli. This is going to be very important for enchanting. So this is something that you'll want to bother to stop and pick it all up. Just get all of it. Okay, we are at -58. So we're going to clear our tunnel, and then we're going to dig ourselves a chamber to work in. So just choose one side or the other and dig a cave, essentially. Hopefully you get the correct side, you know, the side that's actually going into the house. So I wasn't smart enough to write down all my coordinates. So anyway, I totally forgot to mention that we are at lava level. So that means that you might be underneath a lava lake at any moment here. And to just be very careful as you're digging around. I have literally never come across being underneath a lava lake on my way down. And I've done this a lot of times. That's pretty good odds. Okay, let's go ahead and set up camp down here because we're going to be down here a while. So we're going to put down the bed, and then I'm going to rummage around in these bundles trying to find the chest because I want to kind of empty my inventory because before I get into this whole business. Okay, so that's thunder. As a beginner player, I recommend you just go to bed. Thunder is a really useful tool if you want things like charged creepers or if you want to turn all your villagers into witches. But at this state in the game, you're just going to make your life hard. Oh, and possibly catch your wooden house on fire. I'm serious. It happened to me once. It was very surprising. Okay, I'm ready to start strip mining now, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm putting torches where I'm going to make the mine. I'm skipping 2 blocks, and I'll put another torch. 2 blocks. And put another torch. Now this is a little wonky because that's actually where I'm going to mine. But the idea here is that you're exposing the outside edges of as many blocks as possible while going in a straight line at -58. Some people think it's -59, but 59 is kind of the absolute lowest, which means unless you are walking over a single diamond block, you're not going to miss a cluster. So it's just not a big deal. As you're digging, you're going to be lighting up behind you, and what makes this such a nice and relaxing activity is that pretty much no mobs can come in here. Oh, okay, so I've hit some gravel. So let me show you a technique for gravel. We're going to pop a torch down just so we can see, and we're going to remove this block and the one underneath the deep slate, not the one underneath the gravel. We're going to pop down a torch and then remove the one on top. Ah! Do you see how that worked? So gravel breaks apart over a torch, and that is going to save your shovel. So anytime you can do this, it's a great technique. Oh, here's lava. Okay, so we're going to back away. Lava moves slowly in the overworld. So I have enough time to kind of run forward and mine out the block on the floor so the lava can go down into that. Now, what we're underneath is a giant lava lake. I'm going to let you sort this one out. I'm just letting you know that they exist. So I've popped up above a different lava lake than earlier, but I did want to show you what they look like. And for me, I like to pop above them and kind of look around just in case I can, see any exposed diamonds. Oh, and I see some. All right, I'm gonna navigate my way over there. Wish me luck. Here I am, and here they are. And oh, there's some more up there. That's exciting. Finding your first diamonds is always exciting. Okay, now we have to extricate these safely. So the lava here is not going to affect the diamond in the wall, but the minute I mine it and make it into an element that I can pick up, the lava can destroy it. So I'm going to kind of carefully dig around it, block off the lava, etc., and then get my diamonds. All right, I got the one down below, and now I'm getting the one up high. I'm also going to clear around it, just in case, expose like a pocket of lava. Oh. Cool. Just in case I expose a pocket of lava, I don't want to expose that pocket after I've mined the diamond. Okay, so you get 1 diamond per little diamond block if you don't have any in the enchantments. So at this point, I'm going to have a total of 6 diamonds. And that's really all I need to do all the enchanting. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, I'm going to pop down a crafting table, and I'm going to make my first diamond pickaxe. Very exciting. Now, I happen to know there's some obsidian over around the corner, so I'm going to go get 4 pieces. When you're mining natural obsidian in a cave, it's best to do it in water, because there's probably lava underneath. Yep. And if the water's there to help, it turns the lava immediately into obsidian, and then your obsidian doesn't get destroyed by the lava. So I came back over to base to make the enchanting table. And you know what? I totally forgot to go over what I brought down here with me. At any rate, one of the things I brought was a single book. And that single book is to make the enchanting table. So let me grab the lapis lazuli out of here. And we're just going to pop the enchanting table right here. And we're going to see what kind of enchantments I can get on any of my tools. So for the pickaxe, unbreaking, efficiency, I mean, I'm hoping to even get Fortune 1. I don't know if that's possible with level 8, but it's worth trying. And now we're going to try with the iron pickaxe, just in case. Unbreaking, efficiency, yeah. Okay, so this is all a bust. So we're going to collect the enchanting table, and we do that with our diamond pickaxe. And then we're just going to go ahead and do other things while we're down here. Now, I know I'm packing a lot into this episode, but honestly, this is how I play. I do lots of things all on top of each other instead of just one single line of activity. So I've decided I'm going to stay down here a bit And if I'm going to stay down here, then I'm going to make my time efficient. I'm going to set up a smelting station because I've already been picking up little bits of gold and iron, and I still don't have silk touch on my pickaxe, so everything is cobblestone. And so I might as well put this chunk to work while I'm down here. So what I'm doing here is I'm making a hole, and I'm going to... Oh, are you kidding? I don't have chests? Okay, I brought wood exactly for this situation. There's no wood down here, so make sure you have wood. Always bring wood. I'm making some chests. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting chests on the bottom, and this is the collection. And then I'm going in here, and I already made some stuff, like a furnace. I'm going to pull that out. And I got 2 hoppers and a cauldron. Cauldron's later. Let's pull out the 2 hoppers, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. There's my chest, and I'm going to squat and put the hopper on the chest, put the furnace on the hopper, and then I'm going to have to stay squat and jump and put the hopper on the furnace. This is going to create a system where I can put anything I want into the hoppers, and they're just going to flow through down to the chest. So you can do multiple items without issue. I'm loading up this top hopper with all these things I've gotten. So gold, copper, I'm going to put in cobblestone, turn it into just regular stone. And here's the sweet part. I get to use buckets of lava. Buckets of lava are going to smelt up 100 individual units, no matter what they are. And you get the bucket back. Oh, here we go. We got some stuff coming through already. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is make more lava. Now, I know there's tons of lava down here, but we're going to make lava because it's useful up above too. So the first step is I'm cutting out another hole in the wall. And this is going to include more cut out of the ceiling, and you'll understand because I have to have a place to kind of jump up and do stuff. All right, let's get this out of the way. And now with my handy bundle, I'm going to pull out all the things that I put in here. This is the glass, the dripstone, and the cauldron. So the cauldron goes down first, and that's what's going to collect the lava. And then that's an airspace. So we need at least 1 airspace. And then the dripstone's going to go here, but it has to have something to sit on, right? So we're going to put a block here, and then we've got to get out of the way because that's where the lava is going to go. It's going to go right there. So let's clear a little space around for us. Let's clear this out. And then we're going to put the piece of glass right here. It's going to go in front of that block. This is where we're going to put our lava source. And the glass is just helpful because we can see what's going on. We're going to block this off. So now the lava source is 100% contained. And we're going to clear out and get back down. So the last step is to put the dripstone on the underside of that block. And now you can see we've got our cauldron and our airspace, our dripstone, and our lava. And it's actually going to drip lava into the cauldron. And it's going to fill the cauldron up with lava. And then we get the bucket. And then we scoop up the lava. And it's infinite lava. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to hang out here for a couple days and dig around and see how many diamonds I can get. I'm going to leave them in place. I'm not going to pick them up because I am desperate for fortune. And this is the enchanting episode, and we're going to talk about enchanting when I head back up. Y'all, I just found diamonds. I literally just turned off recording. Like, look how close I am to... Oh my gosh. They were so close to my base. I mean, it's cool, but it's a little much. Okay, focus. You guys, I just found more diamonds. Look at where I am. Those are the diamonds I just found. And here's more diamonds. I've been down here for like a couple days prior to setting up the smelting station, and now I'm finding diamonds. This is exciting, but it's also like crazy. It's been 2 more days. I have found more diamonds, but it hasn't been so crazy. I've left them all in place because I want to come back when I have the fortune enchantment on my pickaxe. I'm going to throw down some redstone dust on the floor here to indicate where they are. It totally looks like blood, but it works. It's time to head up, and I'm going to use the bundles to do some inventory management. I can put all the low numbers into bundles, reserving a full inventory slot for a full stack of 64. Getting out of here the first time is easy. You would just jump stack out. But I want to build a bubble elevator, so when I come back down for my diamonds, I'm not stuck down here. We're going to pop into creative real quick because building the bubble elevator in-game got complicated, and I really want you to understand what I did. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to build a basic bubble elevator. You need a single column of air going straight up and down. Add blocks to the side of the entrance and then place signs or ladders to block the water. I prefer ladders. Somehow get back up to the top and place a single bucket full of water. That water will flow all the way down to the bottom, but it will not flow out because you've blocked it with the ladders. Now place a piece of kelp at the bottom. What this has done is it has turned the flowing water into a water source block. This is the whole key to this mess. We're going to add another piece of kelp on top here, and now we have 2 water source blocks. We're just going to repeat this all the way to the top. One way to grow the kelp is just to place kelp on top of kelp, but you might die if you don't have an enchanted helmet with respiration. Another way to increase kelp is with bone meal. The problem with this is that the kelp will only grow between 2 and 25 high and the level is random, so you may have to swim up and add kelp at the top depending on how high your elevator needs to be. Now that we have all the kelp in place, we go back to the bottom and we replace that deep slate with our soul sand. Now you can see those bubbles and the little kelp are bouncing at the top. I'll show you how this works. Whee! And what's really neat is that the whole time you're in a bubble elevator, you can breathe. So now let's move on to our in-game example. The hole we've dug is 3 across by 1 wide, and I've got torches going all the way down one side. At the bottom, I'm going to replace this block with a single water source block. It's crazy, but no matter how far you fall, if you land in a single water source block, you won't die. So that's the down of our elevator. And then over here will be the up. So I recommend doing the math before you start digging and bring enough kelp to get you from your starting level all the way down to -58. But once you're down, this is how we're going to get back up. You are going to jump stack between 5 and 20 blocks. Now you have to decide how close you want to get to death each time. Place your water source and then jump back in the water and plant the kelp. You place kelp on top of kelp until you're back at the top of your stack. With your empty bucket, pick up that top water source block and the floating kelp. Now repeat this until you're at the very top. So if you're like me and you did not do the math and you did not bring over 2 stacks of kelp when you went mining, I have a solution for that too, but it's a little more complicated. When you run out of kelp, replace the blocks on the side of the wall with something memorable. Go back to the bottom and set up the first portion of your bubble elevator. When you bounce back up to the top, you're going to place a block over the top of your first elevator and then proceed to jump stack and build the second portion. When you're at the top, you're going to jump back all the way to the bottom of your shaft. You're going to ride your first elevator to the top. Now make sure you have a bucket of water or 2 with you at this point. Break the block above you, and now you're going to need to manually replace the block you just broke with a water block. Once you do that, you'll have a complete column made up of water blocks, and you'll rise all the way to the top. The key to making this easy is making sure you know exactly where to put the single block of water. Otherwise, you struggle, and you have to replace all of your original footage with creative mode footage. Back to the game. Okay, we made it to the top. Let's look around. Yep, look at that. We have all adult cows, and all of our wheat is fully grown. Oh, except for that one. Huh. And all of our sugarcane is at the 3rd level. This is fantastic. All right, let's move on to the next bit. I have shown you how to use the enchanting table when we were underground. But to make more powerful enchantments, we need bookcases. And this is why we've been growing sugarcane and breeding cows. Take a peek in this chest and you can see that I've collected stacks of sugarcane and almost a stack of leather. So put that together and we're gonna make books and put the books together to make bookcases. But I'm gonna need some room. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin to expand out my house. So I've cut out a hole and now I'm using some slabs to expand out the floor. I am crouched. You can see that I'm crouched. And that keeps me from falling off the edge of the house as I bridge out over the open. I have a nice little platform for my enchanting table. Let's move this. Goodbye. To get higher and higher enchantment levels, you surround your enchanting table with bookcases. The maximum is 15, and that gets you a level 30 enchantment. But you have to leave this air gap. So I'm placing torches here just so you can visualize that that's where the bookcases go on the outside, and then where the torches are has to be an air gap. So I'm going to make the bookcases real quick and get those in place. The first step to making the bookcases is to turn all your sugarcane into paper. You need 3 pieces of sugarcane to make 3 pieces of paper. Once you've got enough paper, you can make your books. Once you have enough books, you can start to make bookcases. So at this point, I can only make 5 bookshelves, but that's because of the wood I have. So you also need planks of wood. So I have to go get some more wood before I'm done with all this. So I'm slowly clicking my bookshelves all the way up to 15. I don't want to make too many at this point. Okay, there's 15, so I'm going to stop. It's okay if I have extra sugarcane and paper and books. Those will come to use. Let's just dump everything back into this chest and get the bookcases down. Bookshelves do not affect the enchanting levels if they are placed below the level of the enchanting table. So let's start with 1 row on the floor here. Now they can be placed too high, and they do count if they're buried in the corner. So I am using my corners because I don't have a lot of space in this room. We're going to place all 15 bookshelves. There we go. That's a configuration I've chosen. Let's break all these torches. They are lowering the enchantment possibility by being in that gap. So let's check the table. There we go. The lower level down there is level 30. Now we have a problem of our personal XP level. So let's put this all away and we're going to talk about XP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a sword and we're going to go kill some cows. XP can be accumulated from so many sources. It would take an entire video to cover. We currently have 26 XP, but we need to get to level 30. XP is represented in the game by little green orbs. The bigger the orb, the more XP. Also to note, the more you have, the less you earn per orb. Basically, it takes more XP to get from level 29 to level 30 than it did to go from level 1 to level 2. Here are a few ways to gain XP. Kill things, like I am doing right now. Breed things. Breaking blocks like coal, but not iron. Killing hostile mobs gets you more XP than cows, but it's more dangerous. And if you like a mixture of safety and danger, you can mine nether quartz in the nether. There's so many ways to get XP. In fact, the Ender Dragon gives you the most XP. And the most reliable form of XP is to set up an XP farm. But that's a different episode. So instead, I'm going to take you all fishing. The XP is not terribly high, but you get loot. And it's so relaxing. Here's my primer on fishing. You use the use button to fish. You look for the little blue bubbles, and then you use the use button again to catch the fish. It's pretty simple. Then there's things like you want to be in deep water. It's better to fish when it's raining. These are all true fishing techniques that the game has incorporated, which I think is pretty cool. We're going to just hang out here and fish until we get to level 30, and then we'll head back to the enchanting table. Ah, the dulcet sounds of getting all the way to level 30. Okay, we're going to start with the diamond pickaxe, and we're now able to get all 30 levels, but Unbreaking 3 is fine. I really wanted to say Fortune 3. It might just give it to me for free, but it's unknown. Let's test the iron. It is also Unbreaking 3. So I'm going to go ahead and enchant the diamond pickaxe and hope I get more. What did I get? Well, okay. So it gave me more than just Unbreaking 3, but it didn't give me Fortune 3. And that's what I'm really, really looking for. The enchanting table's now reset. Let's see what a book can get us. Protection, impaling. Yeah, see, you could even put Fortune on a book. Let's see what that iron pickaxe might get. Unbreaking 3. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so the other key factor here is we're now below 30 enchantment levels again. So if we're going to do any sort of high level enchantments, we have to go build ourselves back up. So I'm going to go back and do some fishing, And then I'm going to show you 2 more aspects of this whole enchanting setup. I'm back. I've already checked the pickaxe, it's no good. So I've made myself a diamond shovel just to reset the enchanting table again. I did a couple other small enchantments. I'm back down to 27. So we're going to go forth and do some other enchantment thingies. The first thing we're going to do is going to build an anvil. Now an anvil is insanely expensive, but I make one for you, my viewers. All right, we're going to put down the anvil and then we're going to go make a grindstone. Grindstones don't need any iron, and they give you XP back, so that's cool. Grindstones are used to repair and disenchant. We're going to start by disenchanting that iron pickaxe that I enchanted earlier. Now I do get back a fraction of the XP levels that I used, but not all of them. I'm also going to disenchant all of the stuff I've picked up from either mobs or fishing. So all these bows, all these extra fishing rods that I found enchanted, but I don't really need the enchantment, but I do need the XP. So now we're going to swing over to the anvil. And the anvil repairs things as well as the grindstone, but it keeps the enchantment. Or you can use this tool to put 2 enchanted items together and make a better one. But the order matters. I fished 2 enchanted fishing rods out of the water, and one's just better than the other. So depending on how you order them left to right, it may cost you more. So this one's only going to cost me 8 XP to enchant. So I'll choose that one. Well, after all that fun, I'm down to 19 XP. I think I'll kind of end this episode here and, I don't know, fix this hole in my house. I like this fact that I've just kind of been ever expanding my original hovel. And so now it's gone from 1 story to 2 stories, and now I'm expanding out like a giant wing for the enchanting room. It's pretty fun. It's also going to be so nice to have proper storage down in the basement. People play the game differently, but I'm one of those people that likes to have everything super, super organized. I did consider building a whole new house with some of these new blocks we've picked up, but in the consideration of time, I decided to just build the extension using the palette we've already got going. Thankfully, the roof is not going to be too hard because it's just an extension of what we already have built. But I do have to move this tree. Well, that's it for the house. We'll just take a quick walk around and then maybe I'll just go do some more fishing. This has definitely been a longer episode. Chock block of tips and tricks. So thanks for sticking with me. In the next episode, we're going to have to take on that fortress. So I'll probably take some time off camera to replenish my iron and maybe get that fortune and the diamonds. And we'll get back together to take on probably one of the harder structures in the game. In a calm and peaceful way, right?